Hi, my name is Mike, and I'm with Loud Rumor. This is Molly with Loud Rumor, and we're here with...
Kelly at Peep Fitness Systems.
And so what we're going to do in this video is show you how to do a proper body fat measurement on a woman. So in this particular video, we're also going to be doing a 9-spot.
9 skin fold, correct.
9 skin fold. And I said for a woman, but we're really just using a woman for the subject. But you actually do the same exact spots for a man.
The sites will be the same, yes.
Whether you do a 4-spot or a 9-spot.
Right. The calculations in the program will be different, but the sites are still the same.
Great. Now we did have another video. There's another one that we have where we do actually have a 4 spot, but in this video we're just going to do the 9. Molly's going to be subject, so go ahead and explain to us the app that you use and what you already gathered from Molly from this point on.
Okay. So first off, we will be using body fat calipers. Now there are a lot of different ways to get body fat done. This isn't the only way. We will be doing a 9 skin fold Parillo, P-A-R-I-L-L-O, skin fold analysis on her. So we will be hitting 9 spots on Molly. We are using plastic calipers. They've got digital ones that run up to $600. They've got ones that are cheaper than this, and this one was $20 off of Amazon. And this isn't the only way to get your body fat done. There's hydrostatic testing, which is where they submerge you in water. There's bioimpedance, where you hold the machine or stand on a scale. Or there's a DEXA scan that's a full body scan. So there's a lot of different ways to get it done. For demonstrating purposes, we're using a 9 skin fold Parillo caliper method. Okay? I do have an app that I use. You could actually Google body fat testing and it will pull up different ways of doing it. I have an iPad and I have an app that I use that is Fat Caliper Plus. What I like about this app is it keeps track of everything for me. It keeps track of the client's progress. So month to month, week to week, however we decide to do it, I've got everything in here to track their lean body mass and their fat mass and their body fat percentage. So I've already entered some things for Molly to start off. I started with, she's got her own little profile. We started out with her weight. Obviously, she's a female, and we've got her birth date in there, so the software knows her age. And then we put the height in there as well. And then the program's going to factor everything else for us. We will be doing 9 sites on her, so we'll get started with that. The first one we're going to do is the chest. Now on the female, okay?
No, really quick, Kelly. Do you recommend using the same person to do the measurements?
Good question. With body fat, you do want to stay consistent with what you're doing. There is a margin for human error here, actually pinching the skin on the subject or the person that you're doing it with. So whoever does do this, you want to make sure the same person continues to do it if you can have that person do it, because there is the margin for human error. So if Joe does it one day and Mike does it another day, the numbers could be offset. So you want to have somebody that's going to stay consistent with what you're doing, okay? So the first one we're going to do is actually a chest measurement, okay? So on a female, now Molly's got a sports bra and a tank on, so Molly, will you just pull this to the side for me, just a pinch? Yep, there you go. I'm going to have her stand straight up, and I'll come right out to the side of the shoulder here, and I'll squeeze the skin, pull it away from the muscle. We've got 6 there. You can go ahead and relax. The next one we will be doing is the abdominal. So Molly, can you pull your shirt up for us? Okay. With anybody, we want to go, they've got the belly button. I go about 1 inch off the side to the belly button. However somebody chooses to do this, now that is kind of the standardized norm for it, but if somebody has a way of staying consistent with it, they can do that as well. I come about 1 inch off to the side of the belly button, and you want to get comfortable with squeezing people. Some people are ticklish too. You want to pull the skin and subcutaneous fat away from the abdominal wall. Okay, when you do this, just a nice little squeeze, and you want to make sure you hold on to the skin as you get the measurement, okay?
Do you ever have people that are uncomfortable lifting their shirt?
Oh yeah, absolutely, and
And
that's something you would want to ask. Obviously, we knew what we were doing here, but if it was, especially with the female, if somebody's overweight or something like that, you want to ask them, hey, are you comfortable? Typically, this would be done in an office setting where we have some more privacy, but you would want to ask them, do you feel comfortable for it? If they didn't, we could ask her, just point to your belly button for me. Go ahead, point to your belly button. I could do the same thing. It's not really going to offset anything. So that is something you would want to make sure somebody's comfortable with, especially a female or with a male doing it, that they're comfortable with that.
Okay.
So the next one we've got is we're going to do her thigh. So Molly, go ahead and scoot back for me just a little bit. Take your right leg, go like this. Keep your kneecap locked, okay? With this one, a lot of times people want to kind of tense up their legs and tighten up the quad. We don't want her to do that. To stay consistent with my measurements, I will do a measurement myself. I'm going to go from her kneecap up about 10 inches. Okay, so same thing. We want to come, separate And you've got to get comfortable with whoever you're doing this with so that you can get accurate measurements. Next one I'll be doing is the bicep. The system's running slow there. Right arm out. Go ahead, stand up straight for me. Same thing here. I'll go 4 inches from her elbow up. That way now I can stay consistent with where I'm grabbing. Pull the skin away from the muscle, snugged. Hold the caliper. Don't let the skin go. And next one's tricep. Molly, go ahead and turn around for me. Okay. Once again, we're staying on the right side for here. I want to go from her elbow, and I'm going to go about 4 inches up on here also. Separate the skin and pull. Okay, next one we've got is our subscapular, which is actually our shoulder blade. So if you do have a client that's wearing a shirt like this, or a female, men it's easy because we can take the shirt off. You're going to want to, Molly, can you take your left hand and can you pull this back just a little bit for me? Okay, good. Now go ahead and drop this arm. Now to find, you want to go and you can take somebody if you can't feel, especially if you had somebody that was maybe a little bit heavier and you couldn't find their shoulder blade. You put back here, we find our bony landmark. This is her shoulder blade here. So we'll drop it down, and this is where I'm going to get my next measurement from. Good, you can release that, thank you. Okay, next one's your superilic, so go ahead and face me. Go ahead and lift the shirt back up for me. Once again, the superilic, we're going to go right above the crest of the hip bone. So again, if you had somebody that was overweight, you may want to have them find their hip bone, grab onto their hip bone, and then you'll go in and get the measurement. With Molly, it's pretty easy here. So I find the crest of her hip, and that's where I grab. The next one we'll be doing is her low back. So Molly, go ahead and turn around again for me. Yeah, just lift the shirt for me if you don't mind. Okay. Same thing back here. I like to find the hip bone, and I go right up the side off the crest of her hip bone in her back. So this is where the consistency in somebody doing this becomes important because, you know, depending on who's doing it, if you went up here, if you went over here, it could be thrown off. So for me, I know I'm going off the crest of her hip bone back here, and this is where I'll grab. Thank you. And then we've got one more, which is going to be her calf. So go ahead, Molly, and stick your right leg out like you did before for me. Okay, so to stay consistent, I'll go from her kneecap down, and I'm going to go about 5 inches. We'll just go right off to the side here. Grab the skin, get our measurement. Molly, you can relax for 1 second. So I'll enter all these numbers into the program, and the program does all the calculating for me. We'll actually kick up her lean body mass versus her fat mass and her current starting body fat. So Molly's starting out at 22.53, shows her lean body mass is 113.6, and she has 32.94 pounds of body fat currently. This particular program actually tracks 7 days, 30 days, a year, or all the time, so we can see the changes through her programs. With my clientele, I do these every 30 days, so we would track her every 30 days to make sure we're going for the results and goals that she's looking for.
Now, when you're working with a woman, you've had cases where you've worked with husband and wife, correct?
Correct.
And you've had cases where they come in and they look like they're pretty much in the same physical condition as far as body fat goes from the eye.
Right.
But the man will come in looking at like 10% and the woman will come in looking 22%. Is the woman...
A woman is always more prone to hold more fat stores than a man, just biologically speaking. So when it is a husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, something like that, I always tell them, you guys can't track your success or your progress based on who's got the better body fat. Women are always more predisposed to hold more fat stores, just biologically and hormonally speaking. So
let's say let's say you were going to have, like, what would be 10% for a woman?
what do you
Let's say a man was 10%.
Mm-hmm.
And so a husband and wife team, they're wanting to kind of figure this out together.
10% for a female would be extremely
No, I'm
low.
sorry. If a man was 10%, what would that be relative to a female? Like 20%?
18 to 20%, something in there, yeah.
Okay.
And we do have a standardized norm here too. We've got body classification. So for instance, obese for females 32% or above, acceptable is 25 to 31, fitness 21 to 24, athletic 14 to 20, and essential fat 10 to 12. So for her, 14 to 20 would be that athletic range, whereas men would be a little bit different as far as the scale is concerned.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool. Thank you. What's up, everybody? Thanks so much for watching. And if you found this video valuable, then head over to loudrumor.com and subscribe so that we can actually send you more videos and information just like this to help you grow your fitness studio or gym. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can get updated every time we post more new videos. Thanks for watching.